Hi, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create this mind map in Word. So you can create your mind map in a portrait mode or in a landscape mode. So I'm going to just turn mine into landscape. So go up to layout, go to orientation and select landscape. Now normally you'd associate a mind map with circles. Now you can do that, but it will double your workload and I'll show you why. If you go to insert, select shapes and go to circle, click and drag out a circle. In order to get your text into this circle, you'll have to go up to insert, text box, draw text box, click and draw out your text box. You will put your text into this box. Then whilst it's selected, you'll have to go to no outline and also the shape fill, no fill. Then you'll have to center the text. So go to home, center. We'll change the text to white and then we'll increase the size of it just for this demonstration. And then we'll have to select the text box, hold down your command or control key, select the circle, go to shape format. We'll have to align to the center, align to the middle. Then you'll have to group it together to make one complete element. Then when you copy and paste it, just select it, hold down the Alt or Option key to drag it out to select another one. In order to customize this, you'll have to select it, go to group, ungroup, change the text, move the text box, center it all up again, and then continue in that process. And that's fine if you want to continue doing that and you want the circles. However, then we can do this just with text boxes. So let's delete everything. Let's go to insert, text box, draw text box, click and draw out your first text box. Now let's put our subject in. So now I'm going to select my text, go to the home tab, increase the size, and I'm going to change my font. Then I'm going to center it. Then I'm going to go to shape format, go to shape fill, and I'm going to change the color. I've selected these recent colors by going to more fill colors and using this little cursor around the color wheel to select a variety of colors. If you're not sure about colors, if you go onto the internet, if you type in color palettes to Google and then go to images and then click and scroll down, you'll see a huge number of different color palettes that you can use for your mind map. If you like any of these, let's say for example this one, all you need to do is take a screenshot, and a variety of different devices will have different ways to do that. Just take a screenshot, then go to insert, pictures, picture from file, grab your screenshot, click insert, and here you have your color palette. Now from this color palette, you can select your object, go to shape format, go to shape fill and more colors. And here you can match the colors by using this cursor, and also you can darken the color and lighten the color. Alternatively, if you're fortunate enough to have this eyedropper tool, you can just click on it, click on the color, it will appear in this square, and click OK. So I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm going to select my shape, go to shape format, and then select my original color. My text has disappeared, so once again I'm going to put that text in. Now the great thing about these text boxes is if you take your cursor out of the text box by deselecting it, just reselect the box and then you can make all kinds of customizations without having to select the text. So we can change the text color here, and obviously we can center it, and then we can click at the corner of this box, click and hold down your Alt or Option key, and then you can really smoothly change the size of the box. Now you can see that I don't have a very big margin at the top of my box here. So if you want to change that, just select it, go to shape format and go along to this format pane icon here, or you can just double click on this box and this menu will appear over here. Just make sure you're on the shape options and go down to this icon, and up here you can change all of your margins. So you can see that my top margin is only 0.13. So if I use my up arrow here, you can see my text changing and moving down the box just to give me a little bit more room at that top margin. And now I can just resize this box and just pop it into the middle of my page. If I want it perfectly centered, select it, go to alignment, go to align to center, and align to middle. And then it will be perfectly centered in your page. So the final thing I'm going to do this before we copy and paste it is just put a little shadow on it, just to give it a little bit more interest. Select the box, go up to shape options, go to this icon here, go to the presets of these shadows, just pick any one of them, it doesn't matter. And then you can simply play around with the blur, the angle and the distance. And this is all very much personal taste. I just want a very slight shadow on here. If you turn down the transparency, you can see that shadow a bit better. So I'm just going to have a very slight shadow on it. So now I'm happy with that box. I'm going to copy and paste it. The easiest way to do that is simply select it, hold down your Alt or Option key, click and drag. Now you can't quite see it at the moment, but it does have a small border line around the outside of this box. If you don't want that borderline, just select it, go up to shape format and go to no outline and click no outline. And the same with this one as well. So let's say we're going to change this one, double click inside, Command or Control A will select all of the text. And then I'm just going to type in my second theme. And then I can once again reduce the size of it. Hold down my Alt key will make that process a lot smoother. And then I can copy and paste this. Let's say I want to go for 3 secondary themes. Just select it and copy and paste out 3 themes. And then I can go ahead and on one of them I can change that color to selected. So I go to that one and just change that one to pink. I'm just going to change this one in the center to grey. And then with this one I can then pull out another one. And once again, because this is going to be your third theme, you can make this a bit smaller. So I'm just going to type third theme in. And then if I deselect it, reselect it and simply go to the Home tab, then I can reduce the size of the text using this icon here. And it means you can also get more text in here. So if you wanted to type out more text in this box, of course you can do that. And then simply reduce the size of it. And then what you can do is simply copy and paste this for this element here, and then just simply deselect it, reselect, go to shape format and just change the color. You can do this as you go if you want to, or you can come back and do it all at the end, it's up to you. So I'm going to speed up the video now. I'm going to complete the mind map and then I'm going to come back and show you how to put the lines in the mind map. To change the colours all at once, just select one of the boxes, hold down your Command or Control key, select them all, and then simply change the colour all at once. Okay, so once you've got everything into your mind map and you're happy with the amount of squares you've got, you can obviously go ahead and customise them as you go. But to put in the lines in the background, go to Insert, Shapes, click on the drop down and select Line. Click and drag out a line. Once selected, make sure you're on shape format, and over on the format pane here you can go down to the bucket icon, down to line, where it says width. I'm going to use the up arrow here and increase the width of my line. This is going to make it a lot easier to see, but it's also going to make it a lot easier to click on and move. I'm going to change the colour to a dark grey. And then you just grab one of these green balls at the end, pop it over to your central icon and then over to your first theme. Now you can see at the moment the line goes over the top of each box. In order to change that, go to Send Backwards and select Send to Back. If you can't see these icons, it's because you haven't clicked on Shape Format. You deselect, you can see that line is now nicely behind those 2 boxes. To make another line, select this one, hold down the Alt or Option key, click and drag out another line. And then deselect it because you can see you've selected both of them. Deselect it, reselect this one, and once again you can just simply move it any way you like. And then click Send to Backwards, Send Back. So I'm going to speed up the video now, complete all of the lines, and then I'm going to show you how to do the background. Now, as you saw earlier, if you select all of the lines at once, holding down your Command or Control key, then you can simply send them to the back all at once. So once you're happy with where everything is, we're going to go ahead and put in the background. This is ideally put in last, because otherwise if you put it in first, it does confuse things when you're clicking on stuff and the background will move. So go to Insert, Shapes, click on the drop down and select the square. Click and draw out a rectangle across your whole page. Now you can have any background you like, but I quite like to do a gradient of grey and white. So select it. Make sure you're on Shape Format and the Format pane. Go down to the bucket icon, go to Gradient Fill. Make sure you're on Radial. I like to do Radial one here. If not, click on the drop down and select the Radial. Direction, go to the centre. Sorry you can't see it's off my screen, but there's a centre one. And then change the colour. I'm going to change, make sure you click on this icon here and change the colour to a light grey. And then once again, go to Send Backwards, Send to Back. And there you have your perfect mind map. Now, if you want to save this, you can save it as a PDF, you can save it as a template, or you can save it as a Word document. If you want to save it to as any of those, go to File, Save As. Obviously here you've got your Word document, you can save it as your Word document. Click on the drop down, there's PDF in the middle here. But if you don't want to do that, if you go to File, Save as Template, you can go to the Templates file here, make sure it's on your templates. Make sure you've checked this file here, Microsoft Word Template, and then just click Save. So if you save it as a template, it means you can come back and use it time and time again. You can change all of these, but it won't change the original design. You'll always have that to hand to use at any time. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.